It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Christian Kirk. No shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Jaguars and the Texans under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Lawrence going to put it up right away. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. For Kirk, there's a peek at the numbers in last week's game. 6 catches, 55 yards.
And I don't know about you, partner, but if anybody ranks me in the top 10 in anything, I'm really happy. And that's exactly where he is now, number 10 in the league in receiving yards.
On second down, a run with Etienne. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Jaguars.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So a failure to connect on second down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. Curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. Campbell making the catch. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Again, it's Lawrence. Back to the same target, Campbell. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. The Texans had 8 and 5 to start play, but they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They go with Chubb on second down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They run it again with Chubb. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
But Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over to the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
2nd and 5. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made at about the 38. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Etienne once more. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Pretty explosive run on an inside handoff, and when you're a runner of this caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Running out of the gun with ETN. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Back to the ground with ETN. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Pass incomplete. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up the first here on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Patterson's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Patterson's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They begin this drive with Chubb.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 57 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one complete to Reed. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Draw play, ETN. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the 2nd quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. ETN up the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Desmond Ridder, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Takes it at the 7.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes. And while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
From our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
Oh, a heck of a move. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Now Lawrence.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence.
He's got Smith here. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
But to throw again is Lawrence. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They go play action with Lawrence. Trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Lawrence will throw.
And he wisely will throw that one away. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Lawrence.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Harris has it over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
74 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a 1st down as well.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb.
Complete to Nick Chubb. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
A 61-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep the deficit at 20.
Well, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A handoff for Etienne. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darren Stingley picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
The first down pass, complete to number 80. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Harris over the middle. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw again. And this one complete to Reed. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41.
2nd and 4. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. He'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Caught on a slant. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
Chubb. Touchdown, Houston. Now Cade York for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Straight ahead, Etienne. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They go play action with Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
And here comes the Texans now. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Back to throw now on first down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Pass complete to Chubb.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's brought in by Harris.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Another tote for Etienne.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Etienne.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Texans down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run.
Now back to throw. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Jacksonville, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.